All right, everybody, I greatly appreciate you tuning into my channel. I'm BJ from the 478, and we're down here at OCD Audio LLC. And today I got a treat for you because it's one of the cleanest convertibles. It's a 75 model that I've worked on this year, and man, this thing is immaculate. Let me give you a sneak peek of it. So what I'm going to end up doing with this vehicle is actually putting a retro style radio in it, keep the custom look, some all MB ports. I'm gonna run a 5-channel as well, and I'll show you exactly what items I'm gonna put in here and what I have going in the dash. So let's check it out. All right, so I'm doing the retro radio. I'm doing 2 6x9s. They're made by MB Corps. And if these things are anything like the old MB Corps, man, they're gonna sound great. So we shall see. But this is all their new line, and everything I'm putting in, installing in this vehicle is going to be MB Corps. So let's take a look at what I'm putting in the dash. So these are my custom plates that I build to go inside these dashes from the 70 model on up, but I also can build these plates and ship them out anywhere, Europe, you know, anywhere in the United States, for $149 free shipping and handling. So these plates also can be made for the doors, any other vehicle, changing the size, adding more speakers, changing speakers, however you want to do it. So long story short, I'm gonna put 2 4s and 2 3s, 3.5s inside of this part right here, and I'm gonna install it in the dash. So what I'll do is I'll turn around and take the dash off, and that speaker pod bolts right underneath the bottom, underneath here, and it should give me a beautiful sound. We shall see. So let's get on into it because it's not gonna do itself. All right, so now I got the fitment like I need. I'll be taking this, and remember what I told you, just be careful not to damage that. So I have these slightly modified because these older cars, some of them, they're a little bit different. So I try to make sure the holes actually line up, but a lot of times you may have to take your drill bit or your unibit and just hollow those out a little bit. Reason being, some of those things aren't actually straight, and if they're not straight, then that's going to make my job harder. But it's always to make a hole as small as possible and make it bigger than have it too big, and then it's hard to go backwards. So let's go ahead and mount this up like so. What I'll do is I'll get a bigger washer, put on there. And these screws are the actual factory screws, and it's a 3/8. But you can order these, or the auto parts should have them over there in the help section. But yeah, just try your best not to over tighten them, because you will be in a world of hurt on that one. on this older model speaker from 1975, it's still actually in good shape. It's not busted, and that just reflects, and you can tell that this car really wasn't ever out there in the sunlight or left in the sunlight over time, and it was well stored, because this paper cone on here is actually intact, and this speaker actually played. So yeah, that's it's definitely worth setting to the side and giving back to the customer. So once those 2 screws are actually back on there, I am going to order or swing by the parts store and pick up 2 more and go ahead and bolt those in, just to make sure. But yeah, it's there. It's already well attached, and the dash goes right back on. No issues with that. You're not going to have any issues with it clearing anything or rattling once you make sure you have it, you know, pretty much tight. But the way I make these and the way I recess those speakers back behind the plate, if you just look at the whole little build, is to actually once you do hit a little bit of the bass line, or you know, those speakers actually move, so you're not going to want the actual surrounding of the speaker to actually touch any of the plastic or hit up against anything, and it's going to make this terrible noise. So once it's recessed and it's beveled out, and it's, you know, the speaker is behind this plate and it's raised up a little bit, they'll play more freely and they'll produce a better note. This thing ought to be loud. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and wire up the car, and I'll put the dash back on later. So on any of the episode 2, I will be completing the actual build. So this car is about 80% complete, and what I did was I'm making the uppers in the rear that's going to house 2 tweeters right here and right here in the top pillars. I put 2 4s and 2 tweeters inside the dash, and I made that plate, and I'll iterate in a few minutes and I'll show you exactly what that plate looks like, and I'll show you exactly how I attached it in there. So what I have going on today is I went ahead and installed the dash back in. I put in back in all the panels, the door panels and all that good stuff. But I actually took this car completely apart, took seats out and all that good stuff, because when I run wires, I tend to, especially in these newer cars, these older cars, I'm sorry, you will be naive to think that no one else will see your work. So you have to take pride in your work. And so when I take pride in my work, I like to pull up all the carpets and all that good stuff and run wires, and then go ahead and mat them to the floorboard. So as you can see in the trunk area, what I did was I made a plate over here in the side. That way it won't take up any space, you know, anywhere else in the trunk, because we're probably gonna, this is a 5-channel, and we're probably just gonna put an actual sub down here in the right here, maybe 112 or 115. Nothing outrageously big, but also, you know, just to give it a little mid bass or a little bit of a little more thump back here. But we don't want it to sound like a beer can either. We want to keep it nice and clean, people. So by me saying keeping it nice and clean, what I did was like up in the dash, you don't see anything. Down here, the kick panels, you don't see anything. Back here in the back, only thing you're gonna see are the top pillars, and that's gonna be about it. The 6x9s are behind here, and so you don't see them, but you'll hear them. So I'm gonna make this cup holder piece here. I'm not gonna make a console, but I'll have it housed out, and that'll be in the closing of me finishing up this vehicle, and I'll show you exactly how I finish that up in a minute. And that's going to be in the next video. So I'll have a phone charger here, which all he has to do is just set his phone in here. I have the USB up here, but I'll also run a USB down here, so if he does decide to put in his phone down here, it will absolutely charge it from here, or he can add his thumb drive down here as well. But all he has to do is just I'll put a smart charger in here and just lay your phone in there. So with this retro sound radio, the neat thing is it looks close to factory as possible. They are an utter pain to install, just for the simple fact that not all of them, they have so many adjustments. You can push them back, push them forward, but these things right here actually change the track and all that good stuff, and your tuning and your volume. But they're actually Bluetooth. They have front, rear, and sub RCA outputs, and they pack a pretty big punch, because the sound quality is absolutely amazing on these retro sound radios. Now, I do not sell these radios, but I need to look into them, because a lot of times the customer will actually get a hold to the, look them up online and then order them online. But I really need to reach out to Retro Sounds and see, can I get an account with them, and that way I can keep them in stock. But if you do, or you would like a retro sound radio, or you can reach out to me, leave me a message, or I'll leave a link to where you can call me, and I can see what I get them for. Maybe we can go that route as well. So in saying that, like I said, you have front, rear, and sub on that radio, Bluetooth, HD radio, so you pick up a station pretty decent too, and it's all compact into this where you're not butchering up your car, and it's so clean that it looks the part. You know what I'm saying? This is the main reason why Mr. Chris wanted this build done like this, because he didn't want me butchering up the car. He didn't want anybody else to butcher up the car, and I aim to please. So if you didn't want a console, you didn't want anything, and you want to keep the factory look, that is the way to go. Also in this 442, I'll put the retro sound radio in it as well, and it's a couple things I gotta pull it back out, because it's a couple things I gotta redo into this, but we'll get into that later. Now, when I did run all the power wire and everything, I did go ahead and upgrade the wire on the alternator, because all these electronics, it gives you this small little wire right here for factory. We're gonna leave that in there. There's a couple other wires I see where they fixed and did all that good stuff. Oh, that thing was loud. But long story short, I upgrade the fuse wire to some OFC. I ran a 4 gauge in there, and I also ran a 4 gauge through here that's going to power up the actual MB Court 5 channel in the rear. Now all the mids in here are MB Court. That was his choice. I can install and get you just about anything you want, all the way up to PRV, McLaren, any of the higher end Audio Legion. You can just reach out to me and we can go from there. But I can get you just about anything you would like to go in your vehicle. So if you just give me a second, what I'll do is I'll show you exactly what the plate looks like, and I offer these plates online, and they go in the dash, keeps everything plain and simple, and what it does is it bounces the sound off of the top of the glass. It comes back forward to you, and it's there, it's right at you, and you're not taking up so much space where it's looking like, doesn't look majority original. Let me show you exactly how I wired this radio in too. I use a lot of solder, and no one wants to pay you to just go in there and butcher up their car. So you know, if anybody out there is doing it on their own, just take pride in your work. It is what it is, you know, but if you take pride in your work, you do it to the best of your ability, you can get it done. So let me go ahead and show you what this this top piece looked like, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now you see how I made and install the dash piece in there. So I'm gonna close this out. You can wait to episode 2. What's going to happen is I'm going to show you the actual finished product on the actual cup holder, smart charger deal I got going on in the bottom down here. It's going to be nice and clean. I'm going to wrap it in a black vinyl. I'm going to wrap this in an aged vinyl, off-white, to where everything matches up. That way I'm not putting any vinyl in here to where it doesn't match the vintage white in here. My customer kind of wanted to just keep it all original. He thought about redoing it maybe on later on down the line, but to get it on out of here, I did have some aged white, off-white type deal vinyl that I'm gonna go ahead and cover those in, and that way we're not looking like new teeth on you know, in your mouth versus your old teeth. So we don't want to look like piano keys back here, so we want to keep it nice and tight. Like I said, I'm BJ from the 478. You can like and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. You need any work from me, you want to know how to contact me, I'll leave my links in the description. And I appreciate you tuning in. Till next time, check me out next week.